morning everybody, how's it going? Cam's here with another Fred Node solo guitar playing lesson, book 1. Let me just share this on my personal page. Share now, public, boom. So today we're looking at the last exercise in lesson 3, exercise 31, which is notes on the frets, 2nd string, B string, and this is a tricky one actually. This one I had to ask my daughter how the timing worked, because it's in 3/2 time, and I was a little curious about what that meant, and in actual fact I had a bit of a challenge figuring out how to play this one because of the timing. So I asked my daughter, she explained it a bit, and she went into note durations and values using the English style, I don't know, European style of naming notes rather than the American style. This book here uses American style, which is 1/8 notes, quarter notes, half notes. So the numbers there in the name, and it's quite simple to understand durations and values. But when you're getting into crotchets and semi-breves and quavers, I have to translate it in my head into numbers. Anyway, that's a discussion for another time. So what she did was she studies at Conservatoire in Glasgow, and she has this sheet here which explains simple time and compound time using syllables, and so I've copied it and I find it quite useful. It looks like this. Actually that's blown out, isn't it? Let's see if I can stop down a bit and let you see that. So that's how that looks. So using syllables, so temri, ta, ah, that's a whole note. Te, tiri, te, etc, etc. So I need to go through that a bit and get my head around how that's useful. Well, I'm sure it is, right? So, and while I was having trouble figuring out the timing, I did a Google search for exercise 31, Fred Node, and it came up with a YouTube video. So turns out I'm not the only person ever to have thought of this. Surprise, surprise. But you can do the same. I'm a little concerned about copyright when it comes to showing the notes from the book on the page, but other people are doing it, so you can search them out, or maybe even link in the show notes to this page once I get it on my website, so that you can see. It's a guy called, where are we, Alan Lucas, and he's posted exercise 31. He's posted the tune, and he's also posted the tune with the teacher's accompaniment, which is actually very pretty. So that's helpful. You can use that system as well. As I've explained before, this whole project I'm doing here is really to give me an incentive to practice every day. So there's an accountability factor. Does that make sense? If I get some traction and people are expecting me to show up, then I have to show up. There's much more of an incentive to do that. So that's why I'm actually doing this project. It's not really a tuition exercise, although of course there is an element of that given how I'm explaining things as I'm doing it. So anyway, so all that said, let's play the lesson. Exercise 31, which annoyingly has a page turn, so if I can memorise that note, which is a D, and it's a long D, so I can pause there. Right, here we go. 3/2 time. How do you count that? Don't know. 2, 3. I played a third above the last three notes there, don't know why. It's like a harmony line. I really like that section. So it's throwing that open G, which then rings. That's one of the beautiful things about guitar, is the open strings that sustain, and it gives it an almost chord sound. I'm going to play through that one again. 2, 3. 2, 3. Missed the string. 2, 3. And again I missed the string. Messed it up because when I turn the page it doesn't lie flat. I'll do that one more time. Remember what I said yesterday about playing 3 times through without a mistake, and how you always screw it up on the third attempt. Here we go. So I'm becoming very conscious now of the fact that I'm starting to do this from memory. And when I try to read rather than use memory, it trips me up a little bit. Shall we try a note naming playthrough? Let's do that. G, 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 D, F, D, E, C, G, 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 F, E, D, G, C, D, E, G, G, F, E, D, G, F, That forces me to read, slows me way down, takes away the musicality of what I'm doing, but maybe it's a worthwhile thing. What was that? This could take a while. Stop for a sip. My Facebook page doesn't seem to be moving the video. Oh, there we go. There we go, 3 times through. Phew. Right, the last bit of this is exercise for daily technique practice. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 arpeggios. And it says, as before, practice slowly with clarity, then increase speed. Note that the thumb is sometimes used on the 3rd string. So this happens sometimes in the finger style that I play. Your thumb will come, is it down to up to the 3rd string? I suppose it's up really, isn't it? Although it's moving down. It's always kind of bothered me that a bit with guitar, how the bottom string's on the top and the top string's on the bottom. So when we say top and bottom, we're referring to pitch rather than nearness to the ceiling or the floor. So do you move up to the first string? I suppose you do, right? So this one throws in an A note, which we haven't played yet through the learning process of the book, but it's the second fret of the third string. So here we go, this one is in 6/4 time. Start slowly and then increase speed, Camille. For some reason I'm using MA, I should be using IM, so let's try that again. That's exercise 32. 33 looks like the same but in reverse. Okay, exercise 34, same notes again in a different order. Okay, 35 is alternation and scales. Start with the middle and the finger on the C. The alternating thing is what trips me up. If I would and one more, exercise 36. This is all eighth notes in 4/4 time. So there are a lot of them crammed in here. I need to slow down a bit. It's got the numbers of the frets, which is actually quite distracting. There we go, exercise 36. So that finishes off lesson 4, and I feel I've learned a lot. So I think the most useful exercise for me is the naming of the notes thing as I play. It's a real challenge for me to do that and to play at the same time. So it's a bit like singing and playing. But I mean, in some ways you could actually just hum it in your head with the names of the notes and not even play it on the guitar, just to get, I mean, you can follow the melody in your head. But I mean, it's more useful to put it all together, because this is a guitar lesson after all, or guitar practice rather. So that's us moving on to lesson 5 tomorrow, which is notes, rests and ties, notes on the 3rd string and notes on the 4th string. Hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.